Well, hey, do your worst followers, fans, friends, all the things. I'm coming at you live from my garden this evening because I don't get to have a lot of time outside. But I wanted to take the time tonight to drop some bombs. I think it's appropriate. We've got neighborhood night out tomorrow, and I hope to see a lot of people there. And my intention is to stir up some questions with these new, the people running for council. So last week we ended the applications for the candidacy filings. Pretty disappointed with City of Rice Lake. I mean, I would give anything to run, and I can't. But I mean, I just wanted people to get their heads out of their asses and do something. We just need bodies to run. And I'm sad because not a lot of people were up for the challenge or wanted to, and you can't make change this way. But you can call it out, and you can continue to call it out, which I will always do. And so now we have Jamie Heim running for mayor against no one. So she's probably going to get that seat unless we have a write-in. But she made signs, which is, I don't know, I guess I would have waited, but whatever. And of course, Daryl has all those signs up at his house, and don't think that that's not intentional. But then we have, for the 2 council seats, we have 4 people running. Jecka and Johnson are running for their seats again. And then we have Lori Jackson, who I don't know anything about. I'm really excited to see what she comes up with, if she's doing this for real or if she just threw her name in the hat, or what her intentions are. And then we have Lisa Walls. Now, I'm a huge Lisa Walls fan, and I'm going to tell you why. Not only because I have come to know her well by going to these meetings and seeing how she responds and her common sense approach. I love that. But she doesn't take no shit. She's not bought by anyone. And I'm really hoping to see her grow even stronger in her opinion and backbone, because we need people with backbones. But one of the most important reasons why I wanted to share this video tonight and then kind of give you a little background on it is that when John Hegstrom resigned, his sporadic resigning that basically only Suzanne didn't know about, but everybody else knew about because they faked everything. And that is exactly why I hold on to these things. Now, see, I've had this video for almost a year, this recording, but I wait because the kind of people we're dealing with, Daryl, Jamie, Tony, Bob, Jecka, Hendrickson just wears a smile, but he fucking goes along with anything. And so he's just as guilty. I wait because I had this the whole time, and I wanted to see how much they would lie and how much they would deny, because they think Tony is in control of everything, so that when people data request, as Scott Williams did for this very, very recording that I'm about to show you, guess who redacted everything? And she redacted everything and then told Scott when he went to listen, because he said, "This isn't everything, Tony. I know it. I've heard the real recording. I want to know where the rest of it is." She said, "It's private information," and they were talking about their children. Well, Tony, you're busted, because that's a fucking lie. And it's everything you do is a lie. Everything you redact, you're illegal till the day is long. You are fucking corrupt. And all of you assholes that lied, I'm just going to keep dropping bombs of truth, because you cannot deny the words that come out of your mouth. You can't deny data requests. You can't deny the fact that you have been caught. All of you have been caught in so many ways where the truth is undeniable, and you just sit and lie. And you know what? You're going to have to answer to that someday. The universe is going to get you. It's coming at Carly right now pretty hard, I think. And I don't feel bad, because I gave Carly a chance. She was the only one that was kind to me for a while there, and then she just fucking flipped a switch, and she said Tony was the most righteous woman she's ever met. It's like, oh, I wonder if you say the same thing now. Is she really that righteous? I beg to differ. Not to mention, Carly plays the victim. She always has. We go back, and she would say things like the 1-hour conversation the day after Yvette and Daryl called CPS on my family, and Justin goes to get a data request form, and Carly took it upon herself to talk to Justin for over an hour. And in that hour, she references me as either your wife, your spouse, Tara, all the things, 61 times. So that is roughly bringing me up every single minute. I mean, get over it. She is just as toxic as they all are, but I think she thought they had her back, and they didn't. And so now I got to out her. And I'm also outing Robin, the new assistant city administrator, who goes along with fucking anything because she has no brain. She has no backbone. She does everything she can to suck air out of Tony's ass. And that is the truth. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. And yeah, so this is a conversation that Robin and Carly are having the day after June. So it's June 10th. It's the day after John Hegstrom puts in his resignation. So there couldn't have been a lot of time. Let me tell you, these meetings are, 6 o'clock, and they go till the evening. And then this was the next day, in the morning. So that being said, it just adds fuel to the fire, because there was a plan to put Daryl back on council, and they did it, and they executed it. And then Daryl's out there acting like he got picked. Oh, God put me back on council. You're disgusting, because this was all planned, and you even called the news company to come and capture it. You guys are fucking sick. And the fact that the only person that didn't know was Suzanne, hence the reason why she ended up quitting, because you guys were all kind of conforming behind her back. This is all it. So in this video, in this recording, you'll hear Carly just talking mad shit about Suzanne, which she always did. They tried to make Suzanne to be a weak leader because she wouldn't be a puppet. Because Suzanne wouldn't fire Justin the way that they wanted to when Carly and Mark Niemi, the fucking fire chief, put together staff concerns. But the staff concerns email that went to the actual staff was a little bit different than the staff concerns email that went to Suzanne. So you can imagine that the one that went to staff, which Justin Alashire would see, didn't really say much about him. But the one that went to Suzanne talked about employees that basically needed to be punished. And so I'm just going to boil this down to the fact that what you're about to hear is gossip in the fact of Suzanne. And then in the midst of that, there is truth bombs that come out when Carly reveals that she already knows who's going to get that seat. And this is not verbatim, you'll see the captions, you'll be able to hear their own words, but she tells Robin, I know who's going to get the seat. Robin asks who, and Carly says, and whispers, Daryl. And then Robin says, oh, I didn't even think about that, huh? And then Carly says, yeah, but you can't tell anybody. And Robin says, okay. That was a year ago, folks. These are the people that are running your city. Fucking liars that keep secrets and lie. And then on top of that, Robin throws it out there that she thinks, oh, we were being bullied. By who, Robin? She's like an 80-year-old child. I just can't with her. She's so weak and ridiculous. But so that's what this recording is. So I really hope you enjoy it. And I want to just put it out there so people can go to Neighborhood Night Out and ask the council members. Like, I want to know a little bit because I didn't really get to the point of saying that Lisa Walls was one of the 6 people that initially went out when they fake appointed Daryl, and they acted like they interviewed people. That's what pisses me off, is they made these people think that they had a chance. They made these people show up and pitch themselves in front of this whole room of people that Daryl stacked because he already knew he was going to win. And they made these people like spill their heart, you know? And then I remember Bob even saying, well, you know, it's a temporary position and don't give up. If you don't get it, just make sure you come back. It's only a year and a half. Well then, Bob, why did you give it to somebody that already has experience? Daryl already had experience. If it's only a year and a half and it's a perfect trial period, you should have given it to somebody else. Fuck you, Bob. You're a liar. You're a yes man. And then when that whole thing erupts, and then Jamie obviously has to take Suzanne's seat, and then there's another open seat, of course, they ask the people who had already ran, the 6 people who would like to try again. And in those, I think there was only 4, if I remember right, but Jecka was one, and so was Lisa Walls. So she's trying again. She tried again. But of course they picked Jecka because Jecka's on the fire department. They have to have these inner workings. Everybody's intertwined. And I even got up there and I said, can we just have somebody that's neutral? Can we have somebody that's not entangled somewhere else? Can we have somebody that just is like middle of the road? No. They had to pick Jecka because, you know, he would go along with anything that Niemi said. Niemi goes along with anything that Daryl says. And Jamie goes along with anything Daryl says. And they all do what Tony says. And so it's ridiculous. And Hendrickson just sits there and smiles and then says yes to all of them. We have nobody with a backbone. We have nobody that points out common sense. There is nobody that will stand up. And I think Lisa Walls is the one to do it. This is her 3rd attempt going out against these fuckers. And I am for it. I hope she kills it with the votes. Obviously there's 2 seats. So, you know, we can only do so much. But I'm curious to see who Lori Jackson is. And Lori, if you're watching and you have good ethics and morals and you're just basically not a fucking liar and a thief and corrupt and gross, and you actually like to see families thrive instead of tearing them down and trying to get their kids taken away and then pretty much trying to ruin their lives. You know, if you're not that person and you don't agree with people that do that, then hey girl, I got you back. So everybody, yeah, this is a recording from June 10th, 2025. Yeah, it's wild. So basically, in short, Hagstrom went into the June 8th meeting June 9th meeting. The recording is June 10th, excuse me. He went into the June 9th meeting, and if you go to the YouTube channel, you can watch this meeting unfold, and he basically divulges that he's going to resign. Now, the only person I think that was shocked was Suzanne, because I think she was the only one that didn't know. And on top of having this recording, I also have an eyewitness account that was told twice by Hagstrom's wife that they pre-picked Daryl and that they already said it. So after this meeting had happened, between John, when he had decided to start telling people that he was going to resign, Teresa Koivula, who used to be the planning and zoning gal at City of Rice Lake. Now, she knows exactly the kind of shit that goes down, and she's also one of the most honest, true Christian women that I've ever met. I mean, she tells the truth. She tells the truth even when people didn't want to hear the truth. She follows the rules, she tells the truth. So she just happened to be in town one day, and this was right before the resignation and all the things started happening. And she swings by the Hegstrom's house because she was friends with Caroline. Caroline used to work at City of Rice Lake in the offices, but Caroline was treated like shit by Tony and Carly and all the other women. So Caroline ended up getting fired by Tony and the others. I think Suzanne was involved in that, but it doesn't matter. Teresa was her friend. So she swings into their house and she pulls in the driveway and she's just going to check in and see how everything is going. And lo and behold, guess who's in the driveway? Daryl Johnson. Well, she said that John Hegstrom's face looked like he saw a ghost because he was very upset that Teresa had seen Daryl in his driveway, and that Caroline comes running up to Teresa and says, "Hi, how are you? Oh my gosh." And she goes, "Oh, are you busy? Are you taking a meeting? Do you need me to go?" And she goes, "No, we're just talking to Daryl because John's resigning and they're making a plan because they're going to put Daryl back in on the council." And Teresa, being the rule follower and person that she is and good, honest person, she was kind of taken aback. And so her response was, "What?" As in like, "What?" Not like I didn't hear you. But Caroline doubles down and thinks it's like she didn't hear her and repeats it. So fact confirmed, all the things. Caroline, John, Daryl, Teresa were in the driveway. Daryl tried talking to Teresa. Didn't go well. But the fact of the matter is that happened. I believe her. She would swear on everything that's good and holy. And follow that up with Carly basically saying that we already know the next day, June 9th, he says, "I resign" at 6:30, whatever, or at the end of the meeting. And by the next morning, they're having coffee and Carly already knows that Daryl's going to get the spot. Do the fucking math, people. Use your heads. These people are liars. All of them. So anyway, I'll leave you with this. I hope you enjoy it. I've been holding on to it for a long time, and I'd like to see how they're going to wiggle out of this one.
I'm like, what part of this email brought that up? Like, at no point did any of us, like she's talking about during the election, and none of us are talking about that. No, we've all moved on. And as far as like standing up for any of that stuff that was said during the election, it's like, we didn't say any of that. No, right. And, you know, I didn't even know what was said. Yvette said that it was her. She had her letter or something. I don't know if she read it at a meeting. I didn't know anything about it, and you know, even if I did, it's like, how would I know whether it was true or not? Right. And people say stuff during elections. You did too. And as far as it not being her character, I don't know what her character is. Right. Yeah. No. Right. We don't know you. Yeah. But just the whole thing. She's taken around from what you were trying to get across. Right. To all about her. Yep. And you're about irrelevant. Right. Like I'm talking about right now. Right. And she's going back. Yeah. She just can't let go of it. Right. So when Tony had sent this email out to council. Yeah, that's all it's on. Oh, what the hell? It was there, yeah. Doesn't like to be bigger. So she sent that out to all of council, not me. So Suzanne said there's that to be a Tony. Oh, come on. We have to tell her. I know. Like, she goes from saying it shouldn't be, they should be handling it, it shouldn't be staff, then to, it was part of city staff job to handle blight, not the city mayor. Right. No, it was yours, because council was the blight officers at that time. Yep. And well, she didn't even need to send that. No, like, she could have said nothing. Right. But instead, I also got up and read this last night during that. I wanted to. Yeah. I purposely put it on last night. I don't know what car is going to do today. I did nothing. I was walking in at the same time as Bob, and I was like, hey Bob, how's it going? Yeah, I was like super anxious. I was not. I had a stomachache all day yesterday. I still have a stomachache. And like just stuff, but I was like, alright, put on all your armor, and then man up. Like I've got nothing to hide. I don't need to hang my head or anything. So I walked in and I came out, how's it going? He's like, yeah, alright, how are you doing? So he must know something, yeah. I'm like, oh, another day in paradise. And he puts his arm around me and pats me on the back and he's like, so I hear. Yeah, super job. Yeah, I don't know. At this point it feels like there's nothing you can say or do. No, she's got it in her head one way and we're not going to change. Right. Yep. want anything done, we're gonna have to go to all council, or we not Jamie and tell her we need you to take this to all council, right? Or, I mean, maybe Jamie doesn't feel comfortable stepping out to council, and that's fine, yeah, but, yeah, I don't go ahead and bring it public, that's not really something we should ask her to see this, her position in council, right? It's a big ask, but I think, wait, yeah, now, well, not to give time for any kind of right action, right? And if after whatever time period of time it is that we just need to do that. Yeah, I don't, I just, she is looking at this as being attacked, like that's how she's looking at the whole thing, me and Mark, yeah, attacking her. So, I told Kim and I told him, what I need, I mean, what we all need to get it to move forward, but especially what I need now as far as support is just everybody stepping up and telling her, like, Carly didn't do this. Like, we asked her to be the spokesperson, yeah. But none of this is coming from her, coming from us. Yeah. So, like, rallying the staff. Yeah, you big bully. I know. Oh my goodness. But the tables are turning. You know, and that's a good idea. Who's gonna fill it? Who's that? Oh, I never thought about that. Nor had I. Chad Scarrow said. Okay. Okay. Look, and then sounds like the rest of the company. You'll be able to see and feel again. Yeah. It would be nice if they could just, you know, if they were ever friends, they could work it out. Right. Maybe they were never good enough friends. Right. To do that, but yeah, 22 and you're yesterday. I did forward the one that they told me. I don't, like, I'm sure it's there, it's underlying, but I think it's a nice that okay, playing with them. Like, I've heard. And I mean, you know, there may be, you know, I think there is hurt, right. But it's more still, again, stemming from the whole election thing. Right. You didn't have anything to do with it, none of that hurt, right. And now I think she feels like it's now, she's still being attacked. Right. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's certainly not leadership material. Yeah. Did you get your own door? I stand up so I can help you out.
Key notes on this next video. It's the June 9th resignation of John Hagstrom, but you'll notice the people who are watching. You'll see Teresa Cuevola's name and Daryl Johnson's name. And I will have you know that we used to always Zoom, and Teresa hadn't been to meetings in years. So this is proof to back the eyewitness testimony of Caroline telling her that they had already had a plan. So there's that. And then you'll hear John Hagstrom say that he didn't come to this decision lightly or quickly, which is interesting because he then follows that up by saying the council should act promptly. And if you watch, they're all in a bit of a rush besides Suzanne to get this appointment done right away.
I don't know if there's anything else going on this week. So
I do have an announcement.
yes.
Where to begin? Due to my work schedule and the changing workload, my day job, I'll be submitting my resignation to the city council. This isn't a decision that I came to lately or quickly, but it's necessary for me and my family, and ultimately I think will benefit the city of Rice Lake. I come from a place of gratitude, the people of Rice Lake, to this council, to the administration, to the city departments, for the opportunities that you've given me as a counselor. I've learned a great deal. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you. So I just encourage the council to act promptly to fill the vacant seat. I know the summer season's coming, and we want to always maintain a quorum to get through the city business, and I'll be available to ensure, if needed, seamless and favorable transition. So thank you again for everything.
Councilor Hagstrom, I am really sad to see you go. I remember meeting you on Planning and Zoning Commission.
Yeah.
And I was always impressed with your views and your calm demeanor and I've appreciated you through all these years. So I'm sorry to see you go,
Well, thank you.
but we
Thank you.
understand, we could feel you getting busy, so.
I appreciate it. Thanks very much.
I think that, sorry to see you go, John. Watching several of the last meetings when you were, looked like you were apparently at a hotel with food over trying to get things done at home. That's job one, of course. But I understand. Work sometimes gets in the way of the really fun things in life, but it's something that we all have to do. I want to thank you for your service to Racing again. Look forward to, I'll go for fun.
Thank you.
I agree. You and I came on council the same year, but we kind of stumbled through the beginnings together. It's been great working with you.
Thanks, Jane.
I've known you the least. I know. Well, you have a voice that just, it draws the attention of them. Just one that like I listen to. And so that's hard for me because anytime you spoke, you just had that oil and that draw of your voice, your demeanor. It was, really is impressive to have.
Well, I'm embarrassed and humbled. Thanks.
Okay, any other unfinished business?
I do have, John did contact me and let me know, his intentions tonight, so I already told him how much I've appreciated working with him, but, I did prepare a resolution for tonight, which is accepting his resignation effective on June 23rd, 2025, so you will be at our next council meeting, and then declaring a vacancy. A vacancy exists on council effective June 24th, 2025.
Prove it tonight, you have a choice to let me.
What if there's no motion? Right, yeah, I don't know what happens then.
Like we got it for one more meeting.
All right, well,
Okay, my computer.
all right, well, we're looking at resolution 25-15. Accepting the resolution, accepting the resignation and declaring a vacancy. And we're able to approve this at this meeting. Real quick. All right, some time to think about it. I guess we'll entertain a motion.
I want to make, but I'll make it.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I'll support. Okay, are we allowing Councilor Hagstrom to vote on his own declaring a vacancy? No, probably not.
Okay, I'll follow.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor of accepting this resignation, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. All right, you're free to go.
Oh, what's next?
Well, I'm assuming as we did when, we had a vacancy for Suzanne's position when she was appointed mayor,
It's over 2 years though.
right, no, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
If council would like to open it up to applications, we can get those out there and then have it set up for either, if you want to hold a special meeting for that, or if you want to do it at the next council meeting on the 23rd, whatever.
Just out of curiosity, how much time is left on the term?
Year and a half.
Yeah, December 26th.
Okay, so that was, to open it up like what we did last time, put something out like a request for an application.
If that's what council would like to do, or the law just states that council has to fill that seat by appointment, so. Maybe handle how you determine you want to.
I'll entertain a motion for adjournment, unless there's something else for unfinished business. I hate to ask again.
Do we start that process right now? You guys do this.
I think we should start as soon as we can, as soon as we can.
So we'll be post that example. I don't know what happens.
We probably have the ink still hot yet from the last time.
Yeah, we just did an application similar to someone that wanted to be on planning commission or work adjustment, and I think we posted in our normal spots on our website. Getting the word out there.
Should we set it up for the next council meeting? Or should we have a special meeting? What do you want to do?
I don't remember how long it took, because we first of all had to get the application, just the whole process under our belts. We had to get through some legal stuff, so that took just a long time. Do you have a recommendation about how much time it's going to take you to
Well,
put something out there?
yeah, I have the application ready now, so I could get something on the website tomorrow. I think last time too, we did a kind of an email blast to those that subscribe to our emails.
Okay.
Yeah, that way it gets out to the public right away.
So would we do it at John's last meeting or the meeting after that? Actually, no, because you're,
Yeah, he can't vote on his replacement.
Statute.
Yeah, keep in mind. Yeah, so you can put it out tomorrow and give people or well, next Tuesday, so a whole week to submit them back.
a week. You guys think that's long enough?
Yes. I think anyone that would be interested is going to know within a couple of days that we're going to do this.
Is it week two?
It's gonna be out.
Okay.
We could do it.
So I can forward them to you, so you have a few days to review them before the.
Next meeting.
All right. Any further questions? Everybody feels good about that? All right. Now I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
So this next one is Daryl's doozy of an interview. But what actually ends up happening is what they like to term Freudian slips. Because in this, he says, as he's reading from his pre-written thing, he says, "The city engineers look forward to having me back," as if it's already done. And then when she asks him, "How did you learn of it?" he says, 2 weeks ago when Hegstrom resigned. That is why Daryl made sure to be on the Zoom so his name could be there, even though he already knew. And Teresa Quivola can back that she was standing in the driveway with him well before that and knew that John Hegstrom was going to resign, and Daryl did too as he was in the driveway.
Next, we have Daryl Johnson. Daryl, coming up. I have to admit, I didn't think I'd see you up here for a while after the last time we saw each other.
I thought I was retired, but I really truly enjoy being with you guys and serving the city.
If you don't mind, holler into that mic a little bit. Very good.
I can yell. Good evening, I'm Daryl Johnson. Been a resident of Rice Lake for 35 plus years. My family has owned land here since 1980. And then I moved up after I graduated high school and developed the property. And then all at home, I raised 2 kids. My wife and I have been married for 31 years, and it's just a great place to raise your family. I'm so glad to be a part of it. Glad that you are all here tonight. Mayor, council, citizens of Rice Lake, I extend my sincere gratitude to John Hegstrom for his invaluable contributions to our community. His knowledge and leadership will be deeply missed. Thank you, John, for everything you've done for us. Thanks, sir. I've learned a lot. I still enjoy public service, and I feel I still have a lot to give back to our community. I'll do my best to make this a positive experience for everyone. I firmly believe working with all of you would demonstrate our commitment to the greater good of our citizens and help heal the divide in our community. I will always cherish the memories of our past endeavors together. We did a lot as a city council. Recently, I volunteered my time to close out the Rice Lake and Martin Road Utility Extension Project. I engaged in discussions with the engineer, city staff, to ensure the project's successful completion. I also just recently volunteered my time to assist Public Works in their first ever hydrant and valve replacement on Arnold Road. That was huge for this community. When I came on after John Warner passed, I wanted to train our Public Works to do the work that Rice Lake used to hire me for. We were able to get a mini excavator approved by City Council, and we've done great things to save our community money. And I've enjoyed it. It was like building a second construction company. I want to thank our Public Works staffs that are here tonight. You guys are all doing great. Always watching when I'm driving around the community. My expertise in city infrastructure is an asset for our community, allowing me to assist in future planning while overseeing existing infrastructure. Our city engineers look forward to having me back at the table. All city projects I was involved in never went over budget, and I always insisted on fiscal responsibility throughout my term as councilor. It was the first time the Public Works budget wasn't operating in the red. We have all set up Rice Lake for a positive, bright financial future. Mayor, council, we have accomplished remarkable things together in the past. I think my appointment would show the voters we can all work together and help move our community forward in a positive way. I would be honored to serve with you all again. I would like to recognize the city staff and residents that are here to show their support in moving this appointment forward for Rice Lake. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. Any questions from the council?
Daryl, what's one of your biggest assets that you think you can bring?
I can bring unity. I can bring our community back together. I enjoy meeting with the public. My last 2 years on city council was the greatest time of my life. That's why I'm back. I don't want to leave. I got so much knowledge to share. And the second point, Councilor Hendrickson, infrastructure, future planning is what I thrive on. I can see so far into the future, and I want to share all those experiences. I have, for the last 6 months, shared those experiences with Rice Lake. I can't go away. I got all this stuff in my mind, and I want to keep sharing it with Shane, Tony, the councilors, on how to move this city forward.
Tell us how you learned about this position.
I learned about it 2 weeks ago during the council meeting when John Hegstrom put in his resignation.
Tell us how you are going to bring the community back together
And how will you show us that you'll be unified with the whole council?
What I like about this opportunity, Mayor, is that I came forward into a city hall that's divided. And I'm here to work together with all of you, including you, Mayor. I sent you a message last week,
And I ignored it.
and that's okay, but I just wanted to let you know that I am here to move us forward in a positive way, and I promise I will.
Tell me how, because this isn't the first text and the first email that I've received from you to work together. And it has backfired each time.
I don't think anything has backfired, Mayor. I've worked hard for this community, and I know you know it. We did great things all the way up until the campaign started. You and I sat in this city hall after council meetings planning the future of this city. Public Works, the mini excavator. I am absolutely happy with our track record, and I know we can get back there. I promise you.
Tell me what changed in the last 6 months. December 9th, I remember it all too well.
I wasn't here December 9th. I was on vacation.
I'm pretty sure it was December 9th.
No, I was with Ferris in Las Vegas on our fight squad.
I think you know the time when I'm talking about.
Is this getting a personal?
Yeah, it feels like it, and it's not so real.
You abstain from being part of choosing since you really don't like him.
Exactly.
Things I can move on to do.
Why would we want to invite that back in? Good thing. Let's start. Let's get happy.
Okay, who's ready to get happy?
Obviously, you're not, you're sitting there with an attitude.
Yes. I don't think that you are here.
I don't have to be. I'm sitting here now watching you, and all the things that you have said have been negative.
All right.
You have no business being negative. You're supposed to be biased, unbiased, and you're not. And that's not okay.
I think she's bringing up great concerns though that people need to hear.
There's a lot that people don't know behind the scenes. Let's just say that.
That's all.
There is a ton that she is holding back. So you just give her that opportunity because she has yet to give an apology.
Just ask questions.
Okay, so maybe she's not old one.
We talked about humility on this application. What about being humble and apologizing for wrongs? Let's start there.
Yeah, maybe she should step up and do that.
Yeah.
Tell us the lies that were told.
Any further questions for Daryl?
Thank you for that, gavel. I want to thank you for your interest, Daryl. Be part of this again. Thank you for the work that you've done for Rice Lake, and I know that you're sincere about it. Sure, you are. Whatever kind of little differences we have, the personalities around here, it's going to be left out. Oh, not even in the parking lot, down the road somewhere. Not in here. Not as long as I'm in this chair.
Thank you.
I'm not going to put up with it, and I don't expect you folks to do it either. You can have your differences. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Councilor Quaid, I stepped forward into the building to try to heal this community. Even the people that are upset with me, I'm here to heal this. And I will work harder than I had before. We will be successful. And I promise to all of you. To you, Mrs. Alshire, also.
Okay. So thank you, Daryl. I would encourage anybody after this meeting to meet with me in City Hall. You know who you are. You all know who you are. I've seen your names all on Facebook. Either we do this and we move on, or we don't, and we keep having this. And don't get me wrong, I love having all you guys here, but there's some stuff that happened that has not been addressed. I took all the heat, and I'm okay. I will stand up and take the heat. But this is going to keep happening, and I agree with all of you. I totally agree. We got to move on. But there's some people that need to start talking, and they're all in this room. Understand?
Facebook is recreation, information. This is business. We don't conduct city business on Facebook or any other social media. It goes down right here.
Thank you. Any further questions for Daryl?
I'd
Okay,
just like to say, being a resident here for 40 years, in a short period of time I've known Daryl, he got a lot done for the city, and I appreciate it. I would like to see him back in.
thank you.
This next one literally speaks for itself, besides the fact that it is so staged Daryl called the news crews to be there because he knew he was going to win. And he just wanted to get his creepy little voice on the news channel saying how much he would work to fix the divide and that it was an ugly campaign. It's pathetic.
Local government drama tonight north of Duluth in the city of Rice Lake.
Months after a heated mayoral race that polarized the city, the man who narrowly lost is back in City Hall.
The Northern News Now's Jeffrey McClure was at tonight's council meeting. Sounds like things got a little heated, Jeff.
Yeah, Dan, it was a bit tense at Rice Lake City Hall as Daryl Johnson, a former city councilor who lost the mayor's race in November by 53 votes, was given a temporary appointment to take an outgoing councilor's seat. Johnson ran against the current mayor, Suzanne Herstad, and while their race divided much of the city, Johnson hopes to bring unity back. At the meeting tonight, 6 candidates expressed interest in the open position, but there was back and forth between Mayor Herstad and Daryl Johnson that included members of the public shouting at times. Much of the questions raised focused on attacks from social media during the campaign. Johnson mentioned that he did send an email to Mayor Herstad last week. She told Johnson she ignored his email, and the two went back and forth for a bit about their combative past. But after receiving a majority vote to win the appointment to council, Johnson told us he and the mayor worked well together before the ugly campaign cycle, and he hopes to work with her again for the good of the city.
My first thing that I'd like to do is reach out to Mayor Herstad, and her and I meet here at City Hall, and let's get through some indifferences so we can start moving forward. This will be great for the community, and I look forward to healing the past.
Mayor Herstad expressed interest or hope to appoint a new face to City Council and was the only member to vote against Johnson's appointment. We tried to interview Herstad following the meeting, but were declined. The appointment is temporary as Johnson will only serve for 1.5 years until the next election, which seemed to be the reason the councilors chose Johnson, as they will have a trial period before it is up to the voters.
Yes. Now let's move on to the process for appointing city council member, and this is where we're going to want some input. As we brought up at the last meeting, it is not that long ago that we had 6 candidates that were qualified, apply for the position that was open. Councilor Johnson was appointed to that. However, that leaves 5 that are very qualified. Do we want to open it up to further applicants, or do we want to continue with the 5 that remain? Anyone?
Well, I'm okay with the 5. It's just a matter of if there is someone else that wants to throw their hat in the ring, although it hasn't been that long ago where we had 5 people. So my personal feeling is to go with the 5 because I feel like everyone had a chance. But I guess I could be talking to you, opening it up as well.
Also, Clay, your thoughts?
I think we have some good candidates in the remaining 5. We've got stuff going up here. Next year's budget is right on the doorstep here. We've got work to do.
Yeah.
I think it's important to actually build this. Just what's the candidate?
Councilor Johnson?
I think we should open it up again to all of Rice Lake citizens. I don't know if any more new ones would come up. I mean, they see how great it is. I came back. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to miss an opportunity like this, but truthfully, it's awesome to serve. That's why I came back. But I think we should open up to all citizens of Rice Lake. I don't think the floodgates will open, but I definitely want the other 5 candidates to come back to.
I would like to open this up to resident comment. All right, would any of you like to come up?
Elsie Corby, 4210 West Calvary Road. You did interview the other 5 candidates. You kind of put them through the ringer a little bit. He answered all your questions and everything, and I agree that if there was people that wanted to be on, they would have been in on that one instead of wasting more time waiting to fill that space.
Thank you.
Michael Jagger, 3924 Fairview Road. I was one of the candidates last time, and my feeling is that in the interest of openness and transparency, I think it would be better to open it up again and give people that chance. I know it was recent, and I understand the reasoning for that, but I think it's a new opening, and I think it would be fair to open that process up again for a new position.
Thank you.
Sarah Alshire, 4802 Arnold Road. I agree with Sylvia on the fact that I feel like those people kind of got their, for lack of a better word, they slapped when they came out really hard and put themselves out there and then got rejected, and now basically opening it up so they can get rejected twice seems kind of cruel, but if they want to, they can. But I also think that we need to take into effect establishing a connection that doesn't have entanglement with the city. And by that, I mean any entanglement. There should be nothing that equals somebody already having a connection. We need a clean slate. I know some people are already involved in the fire department or what have you. That means they're already working closely with people that are already in the city. And we just need clean, fair, new slate. And I don't feel like the last round of voting really gave the people that applied and put their hearts out there that chance. So think we need to consider how brave those people were.
Thank you.
And I will take an oath to the Alshire family to be transparent to you two directly, that I am not here to cause harm.
Okay,
I live with an honest to God on a stack of Bibles on my mother's grave. Well, I sit in the open meeting out there, the roads are looking good. My citizens are saying, hey, the roads are great, they're the best they've ever been all year, and thank you.